Hi, good morning everybody, and welcome to Farmers Travels with another 10-minute travel tip. Before we get started on what the travel tip is today, please hit the subscribe button, please hit that bell icon, and also please guys, use the zapper on the screen to help my channel stay in the air. Ever since the lockdown, I cannot do any imports from China, and unfortunately I need some extra income to keep this channel and also certain aspects of my traveling in the air. All right, let's get down to today's 10-minute travel tip. We'll be talking a bit about cash, credit card, debit card, and cash passports. Now, for the most of you who have traveled 10 years prior will remember the old travelers checks. Those checks were issued to you in certain values, $50, $100, $200 values, and they had a security code and a code on it that should you lose your traveler's check, you can go to the bank, and if you can prove to them that you have copies of them and the original purchase, then they would reissue these checks and cancel the old checks. Now, the problem with those is they carry heavy fees on them, and in the end you end up losing between 20 to 30% sometimes on your original value, and they've become obsolete. With the ease of trading that's been throughout the world of credit cards, you can easily go into any country. Once you've informed your bank, you can take your credit card, you pay a nominal fee of between 50 to 80 Rand. Some banks charge up to 100 Rand. It depends on which bank you are. And you can go to any ATM that says Visa or MasterCard, and you can withdraw money from that. Credit cards has made it a blanket easy, and credit cards has now become the new traveler's check. Right. What are the pros and cons about credit cards? First, your pro is that it's everywhere. You can pay at a restaurant if they have and same as in South Africa, you can do basically all transactions that you do in your own country with a credit card in a other country. The cons about it: should your bank pick up strange transactions on your credit card, they can block your credit card. Right. So make sure you inform your bank to which country you are traveling, and also tell them to add areas. All right. What happened to me in Malawi? I was at a certain village, and the petrol station did not take credit cards, and I had to go to a bank to withdraw money. But the name of the bank didn't say Standard Bank, and I remember it was Standard Bank, blah blah blah, Malawi. It just said Standard Bank and a name. And about 3 hours later, I received an SMS from the bank stating that the current transaction has been red flagged as fraudulent, and I should either immediately contact the bank. I had to phone ABSA and inform them immediately that this was not a fraudulent transaction. I did withdraw the money from that ATM, but if I did not have my cell phone on roaming and I could not receive the SMS, they would have locked my credit card. So guys, that's a bit of a con or a drawback on a credit card. Should your bank flag a fraudulent transaction and you do not get the message within time, they will lock your credit card. Right. What also happens with credit cards is, and this is a bit, when you get to hotels, what they do is they put a hold on your credit card. You swipe it when you book in, and then after you check out, they cancel that swipe and they charge you. All right. This has happened to a few guys, that they would put the hold on the credit card and they would check out and not make sure that the hold is not lifted. All right. And once they get to the new hotel, the bank once again does not recognize the new transaction or the new hold at the hotel, and for some reason they lock your credit card. So okay guys, make sure when you're traveling with your credit card that once you've given it to a hotel and they've put a amount on hold on it, make sure when you check out that hold is lifted, and also get a proper receipt. Very important, because you need to contact your bank should something happen with that hold and it's not lifted. All right. For most of us, credit cards are not readily available. You want to travel cash, Guys, I still do not prefer to travel with heaps of cash. It can get stolen, they can rob you. So a credit card can be replaced within a few days. There's ways to get around it. So what we usually do is we have two credit cards. Me and my wife carry each other, and should one of the credit cards get stolen, we know we have a backup. All right. But now, because you do not want to travel with cash, and this is just a short tip, always keep around $300 to $400 or euros or pound sterling cash on you. Right? Should something happen, you've lost your credit card or your debit card, and you need to get that money, and you need to get somewhere to sort the problem out. All right. Always have that emergency cash on you. Debit cards are accepted in certain countries. I know in Namibia, I've used my debit card in Mozambique at certain banks. But as far as Asia concerned, I have not had success currently up until now with my debit card, except with my business debit card. All right. That's a total different story, as we all don't have business debit cards. But once again, make sure that you inform your bank you're going to use your card in that country. Phone the hotline on the back of your card, the telephone number, and tell them. Most of the banks these days have it on their apps. ABSA has a brilliant, you just go in, you select the dates and which countries you are traveling to, and you enter it, and you no need to phone. But make sure that your bank is informed. Right. When we get to the third and probably, or not third, fourth point is there's a thing called the cash passport. Now, the cash passport has gone and taken the place of the traveler's check that we've spoken in the beginning. That's redundant and replaced. It replaces your credit card and it replaces your debit card. All right. What you do is you go to your bank and you ask them for a cash passport. Right. What you do is you get it in different denominations. There's a US dollar one, a euro one, a pound sterling one, and you choose which one you want to use. Right. If you're traveling to Europe, naturally going to use a euro one. And what they do is they charge the fees prior to when you get your card. They will load it and you pay already all the bank fees. And for certain transactions, they will deduct a little small fee from your cash passport. The nice thing about this is that you can use this literally at every ATM. Whereas with credit cards, you can be limited by certain banks not recognizing your credit card or a Visa. You might end up in a small town where you cannot access an ATM where you can draw money, whereas with the cash passport, it makes it easier. All right. What's the drawback of the cash passport? Because it's not loaded in rands, you need to go to the bank to load it again. I don't know if they've made it easier today, but as far as I know, you need to go to the bank and physically load an amount of money. So if you're overseas and you run out of money, you need somebody to go to the bank back home and have them then load extra cash onto your card. The other drawback about the cash passport is the fact that it comes with its own PIN. You cannot select a PIN. They issue you with a card. It's a blank card, and that card belongs to you, and it has its own PIN. So if you lose the card with the PIN and somebody can access, they have that card and they get your PIN, hold of your PIN, that means that card is now theirs and they can withdraw all the money. That is the problem and the drawback with the cash passport. But if all else fails and you cannot use your debit card and you don't have a credit card, the cash passport is the best method for you when traveling outside the borders of South Africa. The nice thing about this cash passport is once you get back to South Africa, you can go to any ATM, withdraw the cash on it like a normal withdrawal, and you can go back and you can deposit all that money back into your account. Right. So, or you can keep it. It's valid for a year if you know that you're going to travel within that year, and or if you have a friend that's going to travel after you, you can show them the balance of the on the cash passport and you can sell it to them. All right. Although it's illegal, you're not allowed to sell the card to them, but that's up to you. It's just a tip. You can give them the card and they can go and use it and maybe give the money back later. Although I know that within South African law that is illegal, but it is up to you. All right, guys, thank you for watching another 10-minute travel tip. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel to give me the opportunity to give you more travel tips. Hopefully, we've got some crazy streams coming up this week with some interesting people. And also, please hit the bell icon to notify you when I'm doing a 10-minute travel tip premiere or when we are doing a live stream. And also, please, guys, help me by keeping this channel in the air. Myself and my traveling's in the air. As I said, we have lost our import business from China, and please support us by using the zapper on the screen. Goodbye and have a lovely week ahead. Cheers.